Good morning, everyone. We are headed to breakfast. Looking forward to it. I'm pretty hungry. So these are the staples of a Turkish breakfast, but I will say that there are some different ones. And of course they have some of their cheese that's from here.
So the cheeses are made in-house, and they actually have a store where they sell their own cheeses. So I might, after trying some of these, I might buy some. This one, I just tried it and it tastes like a soft cream cheese. We spoke to some because there's more stuff. So they brought over some pancakes with Nutella and walnuts, some borek. Not sure what it's filled with, but we will try it. I think he said were potatoes with some paprika. And then this one is the focaccia from last night. And then it's got a red tomato paste with sesame seeds on top. This one reminds me of the chiborek from Eskişehir. This one has cheese inside. It's nice and crispy on the outside. And the cheese is all melted on the inside. It's really good. They make their own jams too, and they sell them in the store. But it tastes to me like a little bit spicy and sweet at the same time. It's really good. One of the other unique ones are this one. It's cheese balls with olive oil and red peppers. Oh my god. The cheese and the olive oil combination is great. And that cheese ball just melted in my mouth. It's so smooth and creamy. That one was really good. This one I've seen in the supermarkets where they sell sausage. They call it walnut sausage because it does look like a sausage, and they just sliced it up here. It tastes like a candied sausage. It kind of reminds me of what we had in Bursa, where we had the candied chestnuts. And they always ask us what we want for eggs, and so I got the egg with cheese, and it comes with its own skillet. This is a lot for one person because Eddie doesn't eat eggs, but I'm gonna eat this for myself.
This is a ton. We were thinking of eating lunch here, but who knows, because we'll probably be pretty full.
Everything was great.
So as we've repeated many times, this place is amazing, and this breakfast was amazing as well. We're gonna see if we can maybe tour the vineyard. It's not a super huge property, but there is stuff to see, so let's go. That was pretty cool. We got to go down to where they're actually making the wine or storing it, and the wine cellar. Pretty cool. Now we're here at the museum, which will give us some of the history behind the wine of this area.
This museum is just off the restaurants, and it's above the wine cellar. It's just one great hall, but the quality of the exhibits and the artifacts that they have here are really great.
Yeah, and the best part is that, of course, this is free because we're staying here. So actually, I think people can just come here and explore this. There's no one here charging or anything, so that's pretty good. So we're walking around and looking at the exhibit, and we're surprised by the quality of this. Not because we weren't expecting it to be this good, but because it matches or rivals some of the quality that we see in the museums. And this is just a private museum, and they're not charging for it. So pretty impressive that they have this perk here.
Beneath this floor is the wine cellar that we saw earlier, and they said that those barrels that they use, could only use them for 3 years, and after that they try to repurpose them for furniture, like the pot behind you.
But of course the barrels in the bottom are much bigger, so sometimes they even use them for tables or just different things, but it's good to see that they have some of that. So now that we're done with the museum and the wine cellar, we are now going up to this. I don't know if you can see it, but that tower up there, you can go up the stairs, and we'll show you from there because it's a great view. So now we're walking up. It's not too high up. I think it's only on the 3rd floor.
I think this is the best part of this entire property. It's very secluded, and you can even order food up here. They have the menu QR code. This is issued for the food, where you can either get your food delivered or you can send back your dirty dishes.
Yeah, so this is definitely the perfect spot to hang out, and you can overlook the entire property, which is great.
The property, we learned, is 300 acres, and they've been producing wine since 2017. They haven't had a lot of people come and visit, but I'm glad we found this place.
It is a bit pricey, but I think it's well worth it.
So actually the property isn't 300 acres, but the vineyards that they have in total are 300 acres.
So now we've shown you this, now we're headed to the little courtyard where we can relax as part of the people that are staying here. And we showed you the pool, but this is a different space. See you in a bit. So this is a great spot for you to just come and relax. They have a bunch of chairs and they even have this well here. But actually, I think before we show you our room, which Andrea will of course give you the room tour, we're gonna go up there because you can see that they have a little outdoor area that overlooks this area right here. Oh, also we want to point out that they do have a spa, but unfortunately that's closed right now because they're still sort of ramping up. But let's head up there.
I need more time. I want to stay longer. This is the second floor and they have some rooms here as well. Over there is the tower and our room is just back there.
I also wanted to point out that although it's warm outside, it's pretty cool here because there's a breeze. As you can see, we have these archways and there's some wind funneling through here that will open up there. Okay, so now it's time for the room tour.
This is our room. We got upgraded to the Bengodi premium suite. So I'll start off with the bathroom. In here, I like the aesthetic of it, the metal and wood combinations, and also even the floor. It reminds me of like Spanish tile. These mirrors make it feel so much brighter, and they even have great toiletries. There's matte black features all throughout the bathroom, including the shower, which had a rainfall shower head. Here in the entrance, we have two closets, and this one actually has some really luxurious robes with their logo on it. And over here we got free coffee and tea as always. And down here there's a mini bar, which is not included with our stay, but it's nice to have. And over here, the main feature of the bedroom is that chandelier above the bed. Although this bed is a nice feature in this room, I think given that there's high ceilings and a chandelier, it kind of blocks the flow of the bedroom itself. And over here we have a day bed, which we used a lot because it is very spacious and there's a nice window looking outside in the property. On this side, every room that we saw had a balcony, so I'm not sure if they're everywhere, but out here we have a patio, and I like the shape of this door because it is similar to the other features in the restaurant and the patio. And we have a screen door for bugs, of course, because we are outside in nature. We just have some patio furniture, a garden outside, olive trees and everything. And one thing about this bed itself is that there's mirrors attached on both sides, which I think adds to the space of this room. It makes it feel a lot bigger. And we have this rock wall or stone wall that is similar to the property itself on the outside. On this side, we have another mirror, which gives me some Joanna Gaines vibes. And I guess if you think the bathroom is too dark, you can do your makeup over here. So right now we're gonna head over to the shop and try to get something to take home with us.
They even actually showed us some of the cheeses that they make, and they're sort of just trying to sell you, I think. But I think Andrea took the bait, so did I, and I think we're gonna get some of that.
We're here at this store and I'm gonna get a bottle of wine or a couple, we'll see. I want to take home some cheese, but since we're driving, I don't think it will be a good idea because we'll be in the car for a long time today. But I will get some, what I think is cajeta or dulce de leche. It's over here. So I'm gonna take this one, what I think cajeta is. The translation didn't translate well, but it looks like it and it has milk on the label, so we'll see. I like these barrels. This reminds me of the barrels we saw downstairs. And this decoration itself, just having those bottles on there, looks really cool.
So I think if we get anything, we'll get stuff that we can actually transport because as Andrea mentioned, it's a far drive. It's about 8 hours. Just hoping Andrea doesn't take too much.
I haven't seen some of these bottles of wine and I do want to take olive oil, but I still have olive oil from Iznik, so I don't think I'll finish that one. We bought some stuff and they're packaging it up. I got some olive oil and this is the extra virgin olive oil. I ended up getting one of the blush and one of the claret, which they said were a little bit more sweet, different with some strawberry tones, so I'm excited to try this one. I also got some olive oil and milk jelly, which was the translation, but I think it's dulce de leche, so I got 2 bottles of that so I can use them for baking.
So that's gonna be it for this video. We really enjoyed being here and we even got some gifts. At the end they gave Andrea another wine, so we'll definitely consider coming back here. The weather's beautiful, the design, the architecture, everything's amazing. So that's gonna be it and we'll see you on our next video.